Meeting of the Bridgewater Township Zoning Board of Adjustment to order. It's 7 p.m. The open public meeting notice, both adequate and electronic notice of this meeting specifying the time, place, and manner of this meeting was provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Specifically on January 15, 2025, proper notice was sent to the Courier News and the Star Ledger and filed with the clerk of the Township of Bridgewater and posted on the municipal bulletin board. Please be aware of the Zoning Board of Adjustment policy for public hearings. No new applications will be heard after 9:30 p.m. and no new testimony will be taken after 10 p.m. Would you please rise to salute the flag?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have some oaths of office for Mr. Franco, Ms. Henderson Rose, Ms. Wiseman, and Mr. Mignella. If you all would meet me, why don't we do it down on the floor since there's so many? You can meet there, please.
Apparently he's already done it.
Oh, okay.
You can do it. Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations to all the new members.
Can I just make a quick comment as a veteran of the city? I'd like to welcome you all aboard. I've actually been friendly with Chris Rose for going on 15 years, and welcome to the board, all of you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
So next is the election of officers. Is there a motion for
I'd
the
like to
election
make a
of chair?
motion. I'd like to make a motion for, to nominate Mr. Kulak as chairman.
I second.
Okay.
May I interject? We need to do a roll call first, I believe. Do we need to do a roll call first?
Sure, do a roll call, yes, sorry.
Mr. Kulak,
Here.
Mr. Widelli,
Here.
Mrs. Amin,
You?
Mr. Franco,
I don't have a microphone, but I'm here.
Mr. Fresco,
Here.
Ms. Henderson Rose,
Here.
Mr. Gajewski,
Here.
Ms. Wiseman,
Here.
Mr. Vesio,
Here.
Mr. Colucci,
Here.
Mr. Mignella,
Here.
Mr. Aller, Board Attorney, Mr. Burr, Board Engineer, Ms. Sarmad, Board Planner.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Again, we'll go back to motions
All right.
for chair.
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Mr. John Kulak for chairman.
I second.
Mr. Kulak,
Yes.
Mr. Wadelli,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
Ms. Henderson Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gajewski.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Mr. Chairman,
Congratulations.
congratulations. It's your meeting. Here,
Oh, I get to
want
move
that-
up.
you get to sit in that chair and
Next to Mr. Oda, next to you.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying thank you to the members of the Zoning Board of Adjustment for expressing their confidence in me to lead this body. I really do appreciate it. I'd like to welcome the new members. I know we have a lot of business to attend to today, but we have some very experienced people who will be joining us, people who've served either on the council, as with respect to Chris Rose, people who served on planning boards, as with Mr. Franco. I don't know a lot about our other people, but I know that we're happy to have them and hope that they have the opportunity to do as we have done and provide service to the citizens of Bridgewater in such a way as we protect the safety of the town, to ensure fair and impartial judgments as we move forward, and to hold our applicants and our professionals, both the ones that we employ and the ones that come before us, to their highest standard of performance, so that we get the best opportunity, the best proposals, and when we make an approval or a denial, we're on firm ground to do so, so we protect the resources of the township. So I have a little more to say when we go to the regular meeting, but I know we want to get to the appointment of our professionals.
Well, we need, the vice chair would be next.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion for vice chair.
I apologize for speaking so much. So let me make a motion to nominate Mr. Wiley as vice chair of this board.
I'll second. Sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Weidely,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
Ms. Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gajewski.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. Look forward to continuing my role I've had the last few years.
Right. Would like to entertain a motion to nominate our board secretary, and I would like to nominate Mr. Andrew Fresco as board secretary.
And I'll second it.
Okay.
We have Mr. Wiley as the second, and Mrs. Amin as the second. Yes.
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 Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Great, I'll keep reading and signing on behalf of the board.
Do you need a new pen yet?
What's that?
You need another pen yet?
Yes, I'd like to make a nomination for the assistant board secretary. I would like to nominate Nancy Probst as our assistant board secretary.
I'll second.
Yes.
Mr. Weidely,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
Ms. Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gajewski.
Yes.
Unanimous, and thank you.
We appreciate all the hard work you've been doing. We know you're going to be doing a lot more of very difficult work, including all the juggling you've had to do today, so thank you very much.
Yeah, I know you're under a lot of pressure with trying to get everything organized, everything being done end of last week. Thank you very much for it.
So moving forward, we are looking to make resolutions to appoint our board professionals, and we would like to start with our board attorney, Mr. Richard Aller, and I would like to nominate him in his appointment as our, and hopefully continued, relationship as we move forward as our board attorney.
I'll second it.
Yes.
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 Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mr. Fresco?
Yep.
Ms. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Gieske?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're happy to have you, and we know you've done a lot of work for us, both in front of the audience and behind the scenes, and you're already a resource to our new members as well as those of us who have a little more experience, but thank you.
Thank you.
So moving forward, we'd like to move on to the appointment of a board professional, our board engineer, and I would like to nominate Mr. William Burr to continue in his role as engineer for this zoning board.
And I'll second.
Yes.
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 Mr. Fresco?
Yes.
Ms. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Gieske?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thank you. We know you've done a lot of hard work for us, and we're going to be asking you to do a lot more, but oftentimes what you do and what our professionals do goes underappreciated. It's not, and we thank you. So moving forward, I'd like to nominate Ms. Catherine Sarmad as our board planner.
And I'll second it.
Yes,
I'm sorry. Chairman Kulak.
that's okay. Either way.
Mr. Wadley?
Yes.
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 Ms. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Gieske?
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure to serve this board.
Well, and similarly, I'd like to heap praise upon you for the work that you've done, but you've also been working on the master plan for the township, as well as all of our cases individually, and offer a perspective that is not only necessary for us to make good judgments, but based on your inquisitiveness, I would say, and your ability to ask good questions of our applicants. It really brings a lot of value to this board, so thank you. Now, we have an appointment of board professionals for consulting planners and consulting engineers, and would like to table those two until the next, I'm sorry,
And the radio engineer.
and the radio engineer.
Let's hold, do we want to do that now, too?
I think we have him, correct?
We do have a tower case coming in, all right? So I think that should happen. And Bill, do we want the traffic engineer?
Want to do
Yes.
the traffic, and we
Yeah.
want to do the radio then.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's important because we have traffic issues that we're going to be addressing, and the continuity of it would help. So I'd like to start then by nominating our traffic engineer to fill that appointment, Mr. Maurice Richard, and he's provided this service to us before, and would like him to continue in that role as traffic engineer.
And I'll second it.
Mr. Kulak?
Yes.
Mr. Wadley?
Yes.
Mrs. Amin?
Yes.
Mr. Franco?
Yes.
Mr. Fresco?
Yes.
Ms. Rose?
Yes.
Mr. Gieske?
Yes.
And I'd say nice things, I would say nice things about Maurice, but he's not here, so, no, I'm kidding. No, he's done a lot of really good work for us, and we're lucky to have him come back and fill that role for us as well. I don't know who our consulting radio frequency engineer is. Do we have a name to insert there?
His name is Bruce Eisenstein.
Bruce Eisenstein?
And
And I know he's done work for us in the past, correct?
We retained him in 2023 and again last year, or 2024, again last year. There's not a big pool to pull
Yeah, I was going
from.
to say, it's a very short list to
Yes.
pick from when you're on the municipal side with those guys.
Very short list, so.
And he's highly qualified, so I would like to appoint him. You said Bruce is his first name?
Bruce Eisenstein.
Eisenstein, as our consulting radio frequency engineer.
And I'll second that, too.
Chairman Kulak,
Yes.
Mr. Wadley,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
Ms. Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gieske,
Yes.
unanimous.
Very well. Now, moving forward, I see that we have a designation of meeting dates, and Nancy, you've prepared a calendar for us. And when I was reviewing it, I just wanted to make sure that everyone feels as I do in looking at the overall dates and coming up with I think December 22nd, we have a meeting scheduled.
We always leave that on, and then we cancel it at the beginning in case there's something urgent to do.
Right, that's what I was thinking as well. So we can leave it on the calendar, and then if necessary, cancel it, because it's so,
We did the first week, our first meeting in December, we canceled that.
yeah, because it's so close to the holiday period for everyone, that I just don't like to put the public at a disadvantage attending a meeting that's critical to their well-being and have them do it at a time when they're either traveling or not available, and it goes beyond that as well. So if that's acceptable, I think we can agree on that.
In the back.
Are there any other comments about the calendar that you would like to make? So I would like to make a motion to accept the calendar and as is,
I'll second.
with no changes.
I'll second.
Mr. Kulak,
Yes.
Mr. Wadley,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
Ms. Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gieske,
Yes.
unanimous.
Yeah. And we have the designation of the official newspapers. And this is typical, but we resolve as the zoning board of the Township of Bridgewater that the Courier News and the Star Ledger are hereby designated as the official newspapers of the Zoning Board of Adjustment for 2026, and are authorized to receive all notices of zoning board adjustment meetings as required under the Open Public Meetings Act. I would like to make that motion to continue to use these two publications as our official announcement.
And I'll second that.
Mr. Kulak,
Yes.
Mr. Wadley,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Franco,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco,
Yep.
Ms. Rose,
Yes.
Mr. Gieske,
Yes.
unanimous.
So I'm going to take a moment to adjourn the reorganization meeting, and then we'll reopen the proceedings with our regular meeting. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I move that we adjourn.
Very good. I don't think we need a roll call for that. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. This meeting is adjourned.
I got hit again to open.
Yeah, I know. So now we're moving forward to the regular meeting of the Bridgewater Township Zoning Board of Adjustment. Both adequate and electronic notice of this meeting specifying the time, place, and manner in which such notice was provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-6. Specifically, on January 15th, 2025, proper notice was sent to the Courier News and the Star Ledger and filed with the clerk at the Township of Bridgewater and posted on the municipal bulletin board. Please be aware that the Zoning Board of Adjustment policy for public hearings, no new applications will be heard after 9:30 PM, and no new testimony will be taken after 10 PM. With that, I'd like you to rise, if you're able, to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nancy, you going to do a roll call?
Chairman Kulak,
Here?
Mr. Wadley,
I hear.
Mrs. Amin,
Here.
Mr. Franco,
Here.
Mr. Fresco,
Here.
Ms. Henderson Rose,
Here.
Mr. Gieske,
Here.
Ms. Wiseman,
Here.
Mr. Vesio,
Here.
Mr. Colucci,
Here.
Mr. Mignella.
Here.
You have a quorum, you can proceed.
Very well. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for being here. Let me welcome the members of the public as well. Thank you very much for attending these meetings. It's important to us as zoning board members to have public input when it's appropriate, and we're glad you're here at least to welcome us to the new calendar and the new schedule. When I look at the overall composition of the board, we have new members, we have some experienced members. Some of our new members are very experienced, and that bodes well for the coming year. Because we are a quasi-judicial body, we operate perhaps a little differently than some boards, but we are held to a much higher standard of judgment when it comes time to making these very important decisions on applications that are brought before this board. So we need to be thorough, we need to be deliberate, we ask a lot of questions. As I said earlier, we hold our own professionals to high standards, and we expect the same from those professionals who come before us. In the event that we make a decision and that decision is contested by the applicant, it typically goes to a judge who will review the transcript of the meeting. So we have to be careful in the comments that we make that they're not judged in any way to be arbitrary or capricious. And in fact, our decisions are based on hard facts and reasons that have been uncovered or unearthed as a result of the process that we put the applicant through. That way, we're protecting the township, the people of the township, and our own resources in the event someone would like to sue us. And unfortunately, that happens quite a bit in today's litigious society. But heretofore, we have not feared any lawsuits because honestly, we've done a really thorough job of doing the things I've said. To our newer members who have limited land use experience, I know you have great credentials, but there are opportunities to engage in training that will be mandatory, and that will help you get a real firm grasp of the quasi-judicial process and the fact that we are guided by municipal land use law. And municipal land use law governs that which we do, and we are bound by it and guided by it. Now, there are also ordinances that the Township of Bridgewater has that guide us and in some case bind us, but in a big picture sense, we'd like you to take the opportunity to take that training, continue to uphold the standards that this board has set for itself, and be in a position to render the kind of judgments that we need. So I would appreciate your partnership in that, and thank you very much for participating. I want to take a moment to recognize some people who aren't here. Our past chairman, Mr. Jeff Fruce, has put in a lot of years with this board, has earned a very distinguished reputation among attorneys, other professionals, and the public. We've received high praise indeed from some of the people who are our biggest adversaries for the kind of work that we are able to put in. Don Sweeney was at the end of his term, and Don was a longtime member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment, and at one time the chair. And of course, his term came to an end, but we owe him a debt of gratitude as well. And Don's experience went a long way to informing a lot of the newer members as we were coming up with him. So we appreciate the kind of work that he had done too. Coming to the end of their terms, or in Bruce's case, Bruce served on the zoning board for quite some time, has done an admirable job. We're going to miss him, but he's moving on to the planning board. So thank you, Bruce. I see you're here in the audience. Thank you. We also, coming to the end of their term, was Jeff Seacat, and Jeff, too, was in alternate number 1 position, putting in his time, learning the ropes, so to speak, and the procedures, and a very valuable member of this board, and we'll miss him as well, as was Chris Gavitt, who was also an alternate, and he's now moved on. But I have the opportunity to welcome back Mr. Widley, the vice chair, Mr. Fresco, the secretary, Mrs. Amin, who's, I think, our longest serving
She's a senior
member.
member now.
right?
She's senior.
Yes, you're the absolute senior member.
Actually, I'm now the oldest member. Since 19 years I'm on this board, so
We're very lucky to have you and your experience. Thank you so much. And there's a lot of work that Mrs. Amin does behind the scenes that goes unheralded, and there's no better editor of our documents than she. And I think I said that correctly, so she won't have to correct me. Nonetheless, we thank her. Mr. Gajewski is back as well, and John has a lot of land use experience and has served on land use boards in other towns. So we have did I miss anybody? Because I don't want to. I don't think so. Mr. Vesio, did I address you yet?
I think so.
Okay, well, welcome back and thank you. Mr. Vesio is in the alternate number 2 position, and he's coming back and has a lot of experience with the board, but also as a professional engineer and working in the field of things that are far too technical for me to understand. He brings a valuable insight to this board. So thank you for coming back and continuing to serve. Mr. Aller is here as our legal counsel. We've relied on him heavily in the past to continue to guide this board in the future. There are legal questions that need to be addressed. Sometimes it's lawyer versus lawyer, but Rich has always stood up and protected the township and this board when necessary. And I said a little bit about Mr. Burr and Ms. Sarmat, but we have an opportunity with 2 really good professionals to continue their service to us, and they work well together, which is, I think, laudable and admirable because we rely on both their areas of expertise to make good judgments, and they fill in for each other. Now, as I said earlier, with the new members, we welcome you. We thank you for coming and joining us. We hope that we can unite here and have a very positive experience overall. And with that, I'll end my speechifying. So thank you very much for listening. So where are we now, Rich? We are...
Open to public.
Oh, yes. So I'd like to open the meeting to the public, but what we're asking is members of the public wishing to address this board on any matter not listed on the agenda as it pertains to land use. So is there anyone here that would like to approach the podium and have something to say? And now we're really lucky because we get to be joined by our council president, Ms. Joan Geiger. And she's signing in, putting her address because she knows the drill and has told everybody that she speaks to do the same. So thank you.
Thank you, Joan G. Geiger, Township Council President. I came here tonight to support the new members and thank them for agreeing to serve. I wanted to also thank those of you who are continuing to serve. I think probably most of you watched the last council meeting and saw that there was some controversy about the appointments. I do want to make one thing clear. There was never any question about the qualifications of those members who were not reappointed. That was never an issue. But elections do have consequences, and I have taken a very strong stand as a politician running for office about diversity and about wanting the different boards and the different committees of this town to reflect the demographics of the town. And I tried you wouldn't have no idea how hard it is to find qualified people who are willing to serve on the zoning board, because it is a huge commitment. It is a lot of work. And I tried really, really hard to make the regular appointments, right, of Mr. Franco and Ms. Rose, people that I knew were really qualified, people that really could do the job. With respect to the alternates, I was hoping to find people that I knew had some qualifications and also would be good at learning. And I know every one of them personally, and I promise the rest of you that the learning curve here will be very short for them. I think you will ultimately be very happy with their performance, but we all have a learning curve. And I want to thank you, Mr. Kulak, for your comments. They were very professional and very nice, and it's really nice to see somebody else in that seat. And I, again, thank you very much. Sorry for the controversy, but hopefully we can all move forward, and hopefully everyone will get along. And I do know that every single one of you on this board will serve, and I do want to make it very clear that I do know that everyone who has been appointed in the past has served very well. That was never a concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments, Council President. We appreciate the welcome extended, not only to those of us who are returning, but the way in which you've addressed some of the people who have left the board. So thank you for that. We really do appreciate it. We know that we have an opportunity to work together in concert with each other. We have the same goals in mind for the township, and I think we'll be able to do that very well. And with respect to the challenge of finding people, you're right, and that's why the people that are on this board should be appreciated for the time, the effort, the diligence that they put in, and that's while juggling all of their personal and family responsibilities and professional responsibilities. So the challenge that you had in finding people who, A, were qualified and B, could do it is real, and we thank you for your diligence in identifying these people. Very well. Is there anyone else from the public who would like to make a comment? Seeing none, I'd like to close the public portion of this meeting. I make a motion to close that.
I move.
So you're talking about the minutes?
We're getting there, almost.
Just closing out the
I'm just closing out the public
public
session,
session.
Okay.
okay? We're good?
Yep.
Do I need an all in favor or anything?
May?
All in favor of closing the public portion of the meeting, just say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Thank you, everyone. All right, so we have some resolutions that we'd like to introduce, and then later, I have the resolutions.
We have to go to the,
Oh, I got it.
Minutes?
I'm sorry, I missed the board minutes
what are
part.
the minutes?
So we'd like to review the minutes, and Mrs. Amin has some comments that she'd like to offer.
I have comments on those, so.
Yes. Do you want to share them with us, or have you already done that?
On the minutes for December 10th, I believe on page 2, the topmost line, it says all 6 sets of minutes was as amended based on the following, but there is something missing there. All 6 sets of minutes were approved as amended. So
We need to.
so
add-
I gave the correction to,
Does Nancy have that
I
already?
received Mrs. Amin's, there are editorial
already
revisions.
corrected on
So
on
they
the,
were transmitted to Ms. DeSimone, and they'll be corrected. You can adopt them with those revisions if you so wish.
Okay.
I do have Mrs. Amin's, they are not substantive, they are strictly editorial, both sets of minutes. If you want me to review them, I can. She just did the December
I
minute.
think we're okay. We
and
can-
item 7, resolutions is the same thing. The resolutions was approved based on the following.
And and Nancy, you have received those edits that Mrs. Amin is sharing with us?
Correct.
Okay.
Maria will be, she's already updated those minutes,
Right.
and they'll be
Okay,
amended
good.
by tomorrow.
It's corrected.
And we'll get them up to the website tomorrow.
Mr. Eller, is it permissible to us to, since they're not substantive, to move that we accept the board minutes of 12/10/24?
And we just heard what they were, so yes, as amended.
As amended. So I'd like to move that we approve those board minutes for 12/10/24 and 5/27/25 as amended.
And just for the record, before you vote, I'll just review who's eligible
Yes.
with the changes. Mr. Kulak, Chairman Kulak, Mr. Wadelli, Mrs. Amin, Mr. Fresco, and Mr. Vesio. So anyone from that list may make the motion second, and then I'll call the roll on that.
Okay. So I'm making the motion to approve those minutes. Mr. Widley is seconding it. And,
I'll call the roll.
right,
Chairman Kulak,
yes.
Mr. Wadley,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes.
Mr. Fresco.
Yes.
And Mr. Vesio.
Yes.
Now, moving on to resolutions, we have 2. Application number 25-008-2B, which is John Quisnet. Mrs. I mean, you didn't have any additional comments on that resolution, did you?
No.
Okay, very well. So we can then move forward and approve that resolution. I'd like to make a motion that we approve that resolution for John Quiznet.
I'll second that.
Mr. Wiley seconds.
Mr. Chairman, if I might, just before
Please.
I call the roll, I just want to make everyone aware, in the packets that were left on the dais, there's a revised version of the resolution that was circulated, so just so everyone has the correct.
Yeah, so I can
Version.
tell you the Quiznek resolution modification was, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was a fairly minor
Number
grammatical
14.
change.
It's in paragraph 14.
Yes.
Paragraph 14. I think it changes in the middle of the paragraph where it says, therefore, none of the drainage from the garage addition would negatively affect the neighbor.
On page 4.
So,
So we don't need to adopt it as amended, I'm just putting,
I'm sorry, say
Yeah.
that again, please?
we don't need to adopt it as amended. You have the correct
it is
copy.
you already have it changed in front of you, right?
Very well. So that I moved we adopt this resolution, the Quiznet resolution, as is, as it's
Well,
written.
sorry, but I don't think, Quiznek, I don't think you were a voting member on that resolution.
Okay,
So we would need either Mr. Widley, Ms. Amin. Okay.
I'll second. I think
Yeah,
we're safe for that.
Mr. Fresco's on it, yes.
I have the eligibility, I'll read again if you'd like.
Jim got it, I second.
Oh,
You were an alternate.
so, Mr. Wadley,
Yes.
Mrs. Amin,
Yes,
Mr. Fresco,
Yes.
and Mr. Gajewski.
Yes.
that's good.
Right, and just so, and Mr. Chairman, before we go to the next, there's actually two resolutions. I
Yes.
just want to explain why there's two
Please.
instead of one. So as the returning board members would remember, the application for 821 Bridgewater LLC and the Jewish Community Center, known as the JCC, was heard. Simultaneously, the application had essentially two applicants. Each applicant was represented by their own attorney, and the application proceeded jointly, right? When we got to the end of closing statements, both attorneys asked that their matter be voted on separately, right? And so, which is a bit unique, to say the least. And so in preparing this resolution, I put all the findings of fact would be the same, so, how I broke it out by hearing date. There were 8 hearings, and basically, what was found during each hearing. And then where the resolutions differ is in the decision
Yes.
part, all right? So the first resolution you could consider, for example, would be the JCC resolution, and they're kind of cousin resolutions in that sense, right? But, so for the JCC resolution, which was passed by the board 7-0 at the, when we voted, the board members that would be eligible now would be of those 7 who returned, right? Of course, so those who are here today, so it would be Mr. Widley, Ms. Amin, Mr. Fresco, Mr. Gajewski. Those are the eligible voting members on the JCC resolution, all right?
And when you say the JCC resolution, you're referring to the one
Yeah,
that pertains to them that was passed?
yes, because this is that particular decision.
That they're going to get. That's the 3 acres that.
Yes, that the JCC was going to get the 3 acres, so it was the use variance that said, yes, you can have your, add that property to the JCC property, continue it as a house of worship. It was bifurcated as well, so that application was only for the use variance portion. They would have to come back to this board for the minor subdivision at some later date. Okay,
Mr. Holder, in this package,
yes.
page 8 is missing, but on that page, you made that correction. You made that correction on page 8?
I did, yeah.
You did,
Yeah,
okay.
it just didn't get
That's
copied
that's where
on
we
here for
have
some
Mr.
reason.
Moshello and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey, Rich, you're referring to subdivision? that
Date
come
is
back?
missing here.
So the minor subdivision for the JCC, right, those 3 acres that they were talking about moving over to the JCC
Right.
property, all we heard was the use.
Oh, they have to
right.
come back.
They have to come back and actually do the subdivision.
Yeah, we just voted to allow an
Allow it.
expansion of the non-conforming.
Right, because that use,
Right.
a house of worship is not permitted in the R40 zone. It's permitted conditionally, provided it fronts on certain types of roads, which this one doesn't. So that made it a D1 use variance instead of a D3 variance. And, but nonetheless, they bifurcated the application, so they were only here to say, hey, we want to do the use of house of worship on those 3 acres of property and add it to their campus.
Now, does that, in the event that they're not to receive that 3 acres from this particular developer, what happens? Does that continue?
No, well, eventually it would be abandoned, right? Because if those 3 acres became part of a different application somewhere, and they said, hey, we're no longer doing that, and I don't know what their contractual obligations
I
are,
understand.
but
Just saying, if they were not to get those 3 acres, does that?
it would be abandoned at some point,
Right.
yeah. Depending on,
Does it have to be 3 acres if someone were to come back at a later date?
it would have to be those 3 acres.
Whether it be
It's,
those 3 acres.
it's not the whole,
2 acres, it couldn't be.
it's not the whole site, right?
No, I just want to just.
Yeah, it would be for what they asked. Yeah. 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 Right. So Nancy, I just want to point out on the one on the dais anyway, page 8 is missing.
It is missing.
It's all the even pages that are missing, it
Moshello
appears.
But the
also
17-page
testified that
resolution,
they proposed.
Yeah, page, so the way this was, like, I don't, however it is printed, but, some of the pages are just missing, like 2, 4, 6, it looks like
Page
the
8.
8,
is missing.
yeah, the even numbered pages are missing.
I tried to.
And that's the page on which I had
Those unpunished.
told them to put the
Yeah.
correction.
They were double-sided copies and they
Yeah.
didn't
I'm
work
looking
out.
for that correction. Can't find it.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of thin, because it's a pretty long one.
They were
Anyway,
distributed
it's a very small
electronically.
correction that I.
Yeah, and it's
suggested.
been made, yes.
Been made.
They were also distributed electronically, but if the
Yes.
board wishes to table the resolutions until the next meeting for more time to review, that's up to you.
Okay.
Mr. Aller, what would your recommendation be, given that we've
Well,
seen electronic copies?
Yeah, I
but-
think if you've seen electronic copies and there are no other comments to it, I would adopt it now. Municipal land use law says we're to adopt the resolution within 45 days. This is, we didn't have it, this was voted on at the end of November. The next meeting was 2 weeks later. And in that time frame, if you recall, there was a request by the applicant as to whether or not the application would be reopened. So we kind of held off on doing that resolution. So I would adopt it.
I agree, because we've
Yeah.
all had it electronically
Yeah.
since last week.
I'm going to make a motion to adopt it.
Okay, yes.
I'll make a motion to adopt this resolution.
Yeah, that's when you can, yes.
And I second that.
Chairman Waddell? I'm sorry, Chairman.
Thank you.
You got a promotion.
Promoted.
Chairman,
Yes.
Chairman Kulak,
Am I
you
eligible?
are,
Is not eligible.
I apologize, I
Okay.
just want to make sure I have the right resolution, okay.
Yep.
Mr. Waddell?
Yes.
Mrs. Amin?
Yes.
Mr. Fresco?
Yes.
And Mr. Gieske?
Yes.
Okay. And then on the other companion resolution, again, this is the decision for the 821 Bridgewater. This is the resolution that pertains to the use for multifamily housing on the balance of that property, which the board voted to 4 in favor and 3 against. So the way this, which is a denial of the application, so the voting eligible members for this would be Mr. Widley, sorry.
Be the same as what we just had.
We just did.
No, there were 3 people who vote, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one, that's why, here we go. Okay, it would be Mr. Widley and Mr. Fresco. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, it's only the members who voted no to the motion. The original motion was to approve it, if you recall. There were 4 yeses and 3 nos, all right? So it needs a supermajority of 5 to pass. And since it didn't have 5, the motion was denied, the application was denied. So only the members who voted to deny, essentially, right? They voted no to that motion. Only those 3 people can vote on this resolution. And Mr. Sweeney's no longer on the board, so he is ineligible to vote. So that would just leave us with Mr. Widley and Mr. Fresco.
So I'll make a motion for the denial, however you say it,
Just to adopt the resolution.
adopt the resolution.
I'm proud to second that motion.
Okay.
Proud
And
to
then
vote no.
roll call for those 2.
Mr. Widley
Yes.
and Mr. Fresco.
Absolutely.
Okay, the motion is passed.
Lost track completely of where we are.
Okay.
Mr. Gieske, you have a question?
Sorry, so anytime you vote against, so going forward, if I were to vote against the resolution, it passes, I couldn't.
If you were to vote against
Sorry, vote
an
against
application, right,
And it passes, then I
Right.
could not vote.
to adopt the resolution, correct. Only the people who voted in favor of it would vote to adopt it. That's right. Yeah.
That's why Mr. Aller is here.
Yeah.
To make sure we don't, that we know more than we started out knowing. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, we're moving forward for scheduling purposes only, am I correct? So we have a variety of applications that we had, some of them we had, I think all of them, we had started last year. Maybe one we haven't had any hearings set. But both for the public's benefit and for the members of the board, these applications where there have been hearings and ongoing for some time, we're bound by the schedule that we keep, and then we're also bound by something which is called the time to act. And I'm going to ask Rich to explain that to everybody from a legal perspective, because that means we have to hear these cases sooner rather than later sometimes in order, well, I'll let you talk about the consequences.
Yeah, so under the municipal land use law, applications have to be deemed complete within 45 days, and then from the time they're deemed complete, they have to be acted upon by the board, either 90 days or 120 days, depending on the type of application. Most of the applications that we see are 120 days. So as you approach the 120th day, if you haven't completed the application yet, haven't had an opportunity to vote on it, you typically would ask the applicant for an extension of time within which the board may act, right? About 99 and 9/10 of the time, the applicant will agree to extend the time. If they don't agree to extend the time, then I would recommend to you, if that ever occurs, that we would have to vote on the application, otherwise there could be a statutory approval. And I would generally recommend that you deny the application without prejudice so that the applicant can bring it again, which is why in the vast majority of cases, the applicant agrees to extend the time, right? Because they know that's what's going to happen. So in these cases that we have before us, Nancy has calculated out the 120 days, plus some of these are on extension, probably all of them are on extension already from the applicants. And so when you see the time to act in the agenda, that's the date that the board needs to act by on the application, otherwise there could be a statutory approval, right?
The statutory approval is as good as any approval that we would make.
Yes, it'd have to go to court to potentially confirm that, but yes. And, you know, just not a situation we want to place ourselves in, so,
Right.
right?
So let me, under land development applications, I just want to read this one paragraph that introduces, says interested parties may arrange to come to the municipal building during normal business hours, 9 to 5, to review documents for the following applications, those that are on our agenda. You may also access the documents from the municipal website and click on the link below. I guess there's a link somewhere, or you can call the land use department. The planning department also can be reached at the numbers listed. So, if you have questions, you want to look at what the plans are, and you didn't get a chance to download it on your computer, and you want to come in, you can do that too. You can see the physical renderings of those plans as well, should you have that interest.
Okay.
So, as we're looking at these applications, under number 8 on our agenda, we have 1200 Route 22 Land Investors and 1200 Route 22 LLC Holdings. We have the Cafe Amelia, which is a continuation of a hearing we started. We've not had a hearing yet on 1200 Route 22. I'm going to ask Nancy to explain that in just a second. And then similarly, we have coming up Rockland APV, which we haven't heard anything. We had them scheduled, and then there were issues that they were facing where they postponed, so we haven't heard them yet. And then lastly is Bridgewater Self-Storage, who we have heard and had made significant progress in working with their professionals and the applicant as well. So those are the ones, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nancy, that we want to bring to the fore most quickly?
1200 Route 22 expires the end of January, so that one will be scheduled our next meeting,
Yes.
together with Bridgewater Self-Storage, which was carried. We have until the end of February for that. At 1200 Route 22, this will be their second hearing. They
Okay.
did begin, I want to say about a year and a half ago, maybe more.
Right. And that, and I hope I'm not using the term inappropriately, but that for them is a way to reserve their place in line before this board, should they need to come back to this board for that application.
Correct.
Now, we
So
have,
let me just deal with the first one, okay? So with respect to 1200 Route 22 application, which is our board number 23-11 ZB, that application is being scheduled to January 27th, 2026 at 7 PM in this room, and there'll be no further notices from the applicant.
thank you.
And then with respect to the second one you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, Bridgewater Self-Storage, again, that is application number 24-027, and that is for property at 351 Route 28 and 322 Route 22, on for its third hearing. Nancy, that one is being moved to January 27th, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so for purposes of the public, that application will be heard on January 27th, 2026 at 7 PM in this room. There'll be no further notices from the applicant. All right, and then the next one we have moving out into February. Nancy, I believe we're looking to schedule Rockland APV to February 10th, is that correct?
Correct. They expire February 11th.
All right, so the time to act that we just talked about is February 11th, so if, just as a note to the board, if we don't conclude on February 10th, we'll ask that applicant for an extension of time within which to hear that application. But for purposes of the public, the Rockland APV Bridgewater Energy LLC application number 24-29ZB will be heard on February 10th, 2026 at 7 PM in this room, and there'll be no further notices from the applicant.
With respect to Rockland APV, they are the applicant who had, at least once that I'm aware of, elected not to proceed on their meeting date because they needed to prepare additional information based on something we shared with them. And does that affect in any way their time to act, the fact that they didn't show up, in quotes, even though we knew about it?
No.
Okay,
No.
got it. Thank you.
And then the final one is Cafe Amelia. Again, Nancy, let me just confirm first, February 24 for them?
Yes.
Okay. So for purposes of the public, again, the Cafe Amelia application, which is application number 25-001ZB, will be heard on February 24th, 2026 at 7 PM in this room, and there will be no further notices from the applicant, with a little bit of a caveat that the last hearing, Nancy, you may want to mention this to them, they brought up the point of potentially parking cars at a different site, all right, using valet but parking off-site, which may trigger a use variance for that other lot, and certainly would trigger additional notice requirements for the properties within 200 feet of where they want to park them. So if that's part of their plan, they should be sure to renotice that application, okay?
Okay,
All right, if they're not doing that, then they don't have to renotice,
okay.
all right? And I think that's all of them.
I think we have them all, yes, I appreciate that. And moving forward, there will be other things in the queue that, of which we are unaware right now, but I'm sure you'll tell us when the appropriate time is, that there are things backing these up, and adjust our schedule accordingly. But there's no one else that, to my knowledge, where we're under the pressure of the time to act deadline. Is that true, Rich, Nancy? There's no one else other than the ones we've discussed?
For scheduling purposes?
Yeah, that where we're under pressure for the time to act deadlines.
Not under the time to act, no.
Okay.
We have multiple projects in completeness review.
Yes,
Those may be added to, not January 27th, but they may be added to the existing schedule
yes,
if they're deemed complete in time for,
understood. And you have the opportunity to deem them complete once you get everything that you need from everybody, and then you would share that information with us, correct?
Hey, Rich, can I ask you a question? Sure. The time to act, let's say you take the first one, the time to act is by 1:30, they're scheduled for 27. That's the 1200 Route 22.
Yeah.
What happens if we have a snowstorm on that day and can't meet?
So typically what would well, two things, all right, there's kind of a two-parter. So typically what would happen is we would advise the applicant that the municipal building is closed because of the storm and we can't meet, and we would ask them to send us an extension letter.
They wouldn't have to reapply, though.
No, they just send us, it's a simple process, you know, they would just send us a letter that they would extend to whatever the next meeting they'll,
At least we're cutting close, I hate
yeah. Yeah, typically when I ask for extensions, I try to go out at least a meeting beyond what we think they're going to be heard, especially in the winter, just for that reason,
especially
you know?
this winter, so-
Yeah, so, but you know, as you know, the board's agenda was pretty jammed towards the end of last year, so, yeah, so, you know, yeah.
Mr. Chairman,
Please.
just to be clear, in order for the new members to be eligible to vote, we have to listen or watch the previous hearings.
That's correct.
And
You have
mi-
the opportunity to watch them on YouTube, which is I think, the most desirable way to do it, because you can really see the people and gain, when we read the transcripts, which is what judges do, it's kind of really dry, but at least if you're watching the video, you get a sense of the meeting and a sense of what was going on.
Better than listening to the tapes. Thank you.
Exactly, yeah, better than the tapes, that's for sure. That's almost as bad. So before we move to adjournment, I just wanted to make sure that I take a moment to thank Mr. Widley. He is the second longest-serving member of this board. He's agreed to continue in his role as vice chair. He's a really valuable partner to me and to the other members of this board. I know he's ready to step in anytime that I couldn't be here, and his knowledge, his experience is extremely valuable to us. And if I didn't mention that before, I apologize, but I wanted to mention it now. So thank you. Do our board professionals have anything to add for today's meeting? Anything you need from us, or anything that you think we need to know from your vantage point?
I'm going to say this one. It works, yeah. So as alluded to at the calendar, we already have 4 applications walking in, and we do probably have 6 applications in completeness right now. So just to know, we have a full calendar, another year with a full calendar coming up.
Great.
So going to be a long year, but it's going to be a good year. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we do have things in the queue right now, which is going to keep the board busy.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other business, anything someone needs to say before we go?
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to echo the comments that you made about Don Sweeney's service.
Yes.
He was on when I was last on, and I don't think we can ever, we can't thank him enough.
Yeah, no, it's, as we've all acknowledged, it's a lot of work, a lot of time that I know we all dedicate, but he in particular dedicated over many years, and in many ways, he was very passionate about it, and that's a very valuable quality. So
We used
are
to sit down the other end of the table.
Yeah.
People didn't get much further than the two of us.
Well, we're sorry that he's no longer serving in this capacity, but Ms. Rose, we're glad to have you as well. So, with that, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. No, I didn't screw it up too much.
It won't be.
Everyone went 3 hours.
Another fog cap.